Hey everybody, Randy Adkins here again, streaming again, Shadowbringers main story quest. I know that in my first stream, the audio was really bad for my mic audio. I figured out what the issue was, and despite the fact that I did figure out what the issue was, and hopefully this is going to be a lot better, I also did order a new mic because I've kind of wanted one for a while. So that should be here by the next time I stream, hopefully. It's supposed to be here today, but it got delayed. So basically we're right where we started, at the inn, and picking up main story quest again for Shadowbringers. All right. So here we are. I did get some things for up in the, like, the subs and stuff. So where are we at? Tesleen. I do really like Alize's new outfit though. I like, not as much as I like her Endwalker outfit. Oh my god. Tesleen makes an effort to smile brightly. Well, nothing is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for that welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat, and we'll make us a nice stew. All right. This is so depressing already, and I'm right at the beginning.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
You needn't have gone to the trouble.
Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here.
This is so depressing.
Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
They're coming.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Where could he have gone? This is my fault. The patients were acting strangely and I let it distract me. Rando, Alize, we have to go look for Halric. I don't know what's gotten into him, but if he's wandering out there alone... We'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before. But it can't be a coincidence that the other patients are suddenly so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Halric. Please be all right. I'll cover the north and the west then. You take everything from here to the south. Will do. Let's see. Okay. You see no sign of Halric. Maybe he went further west. Alright. To the west, then. Hello. That's interesting. It's like a pine cone palm tree. Alright. Let's survey. You scan your surroundings in search of Halric, and suddenly find yourself under attack. Even when I try to get things to break my darkest night, they don't. I end up just wasting the mana. Okay, where have you gone, Halric? Yes, my favorite thing, walking on a bird. Oh, looks like someone else is on the same quest as me.
Any sign of him?
No.
No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
This looks familiar. I've
Have you
seen
seen
the
the size
trailer
of
for
that
this
thing?
expansion.
It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it! There it is! Is that... Oh no! Halric!
We have to run!
Tesseline! No!
What?
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
What is happening?
Oh, no, 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 no!
Forgive me, Alice.
They're starting really freaking early with killing off people that I like in this expansion. I'm still very bitter about Moonbrita. Like, very bitter. I'm sorry, Rando. I tried to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this. It's just so unfair. Tesleen was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. Of all the people in the world to suffer such a fate. I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing here. Me, I can barely... I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial. And she cared about that sort of thing, about giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. Ugh. We're starting heavy. Is this gonna be heavy all the way through? Oh, Halric. Halric is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Alice is lost in grief. Alice. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them, to me. Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow. I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course. She would have done the same. Farewell, Halric. Keep Tessline's words close to your heart. Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. This damned light, building without cease. It's the reason we can't save those corrupted by eaters. But what if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little, even if it were only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I've gained here to hurt them. Oh, okay. Yeah, this looks like it is a zone where it's like, oh, we're going to do this half now, and we're going to come back for the other half later, because those are so great, and I love them so much. Ugh. Oh, I don't like big mounts when I can't fly. I just want to uncover this little bit of the map that's left over here. And then on my way back, I'll get this little bit here. But that's all I have access to right now. Yeah, I can't get that far to the west, unfortunately. This area is called Snitch. There we go. I have basically everything uncovered that I can. The bridge. Now we're back with the legally distinct sand slashes. Oh, Kassad. What do you have to say? Rando, good to see you again. You look like you've a story or two to tell, but I sense you'd sooner get back to the Crystarium. Forgive me, Rando. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against this blight with kindness, I must fight it in my own way, with steel. Or, you know, crystal sword. Gods above, it feels like an age ago now. Miss Alice, is there anything I can get you? Your swiftest Amaro. I need to return to the Crystarium immediately. As you wish. And here we are. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Amareng again. I've barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe the Sin Eaters out, shall we? I'm also trying my hardest not to be spoilery of things that I know about already, because I think I mentioned last time I've been partially spoiled on some things about the story and stuff, but I'm trying to remain as spoiler free as possible. Do you have business with the Crystal Exarch? Just say the word and I would be happy to escort you to the Ocular. Yes, please, escort me to the Ocular. I see you were reunited with Alize, but I dare say you found little else to celebrate in Amareng. Thank you for seeking me out, Rando. It meant a lot to have you here at my side. I was tempted to set off again the moment we had decided upon a direction. But you still have to visit Alphino, haven't you? And if I know my brother, he'll be on the cusp of discovering something vital to our success. If he hasn't already. I'm content to stay here and consider our options for the time being. But don't keep me waiting too long, eh? Okay. So now, off to visit Alphino. From Alt Thanalan to Alt Vilbrand. And I need the Rookery. Oh, I bet this is sightseeing log. Is it up? Yeah. Well, let me go unlock that. I've not been overly serious about completing the sightseeing log, but it's nice to have it unlocked so that if you come across one of the sites, you can get it. I do wish I could mount in the Crystarium, though. Okay, Erlalth. That's a name that's easy to pronounce. Hold a moment, sinner. You're not from around here, are you? A fellow wandering soul, an eternal inhabitant of the road? I thought so. Elralth's the name. My aspiration is to travel the whole wide world, though it's a fair bit smaller than it used to be. So far as dreams go, it's a lot more realistic than you might think. But danger still lurks in every corner and around every bend. Even so, this sinner's got nerves of steel. I've got nerves of steel. He's a born explorer. Erlalth? That's hard to say. There's no land too distant or place too forbidden, aye. But what is that I spy poking out of your pack? A log, if I'm not mistaken. Give it over, if you would. Aha! I thought so. A record of fantastic vistas and unforgettable sights. We are kindred spirits. A marrow of a feather. Excellent, excellent. 'Tis only right that I share with you such wondrous experiences as I have with me, as you have with me. A collection of amazing vistas I catalogued myself that I guarantee will rival the best you have ever seen. Norvrant may be a shadow of its former glory, pun not intended, but there is still joy and excitement to be found if you know where to look, my friend. So I implore you, look, look, look. Follow in my footsteps, savor every moment of the journey, and then, when you feel you have discovered every secret this realm has to offer, start again. I promise you won't be disappointed. Sightseeing log expanded. Nice. Level 70 or above to record Shadowbringers vistas. Ignition, restraint conditions. Basically the same as it was. Use your wits and the notes provided by Erlalth to identify these stunning sights and the proper way to appreciate them, and see Norvrant as only the greatest explorers have seen her. Alright, now, can I jump off of this? Good. Interesting. Also interesting that the kobolds are in Alt Thanalan. And the Amalja are in Alt Vilbrand. No, we're not on Vilbrand yet. This is between Thanalan and Kurthus. So between Amarang and Ilmeg. Alright. Okay, Zem Genmai. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an Amaro for your passage to Calusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. Are Amaro often used for travel, then? That's right. Mounts like my grey friend over there are a common sight in these parts. But I gather you hail from further afield, more accustomed to chocobos, perchance. I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding Amaro, I think it best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro Lounge. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. Okay. Amaro Lounge is upstairs, right? Here we go. All right. Oh. Let's unlock the Amaro Tamer. Looking to procure yourself an Amaro? Then I reckon you've come to the right place. 1 second, if you would. And there we have it. I've added your name to our register. Pray come back whenever you're in need of a mount. Like, I literally never... I don't think I've ever... can't say never. Since I've had my own mount, I am pretty sure I've never used, like, one of the, like, chocobo, like, tamers or whatever. But I still try to unlock everyone I come across, just in case. In case what? I don't know. But just in case. And the adroit Amaro Tamer. Bound for Amarang, are you? I can ready an Amaro that knows its way around the desert currents. No. No, thank you. But it's nice to know that's how I get to Amarang. I assume this is how I get to Calusia. You want to fly an Amaro to Calusia? Well, I suppose if Master Genmai is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mounts shortly. You can now travel to Calusia. Speak with the aspiring Amaro Tamer to fly to the island.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
They came. We are arrived. This is Cracked Shell Beach, the eastern coast of Colusia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. Spy you that city in the distance? That is Yulmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale, and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Yulmoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone so far as to offer the leaders of the other settlements their protection, if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Yulmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. Okay. I am glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Listen closely to what? I need to find Alfie now. Whatever Sem Genmai has to tell you, he plainly deems it worthy of your undivided attention. If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Eibor. Eibor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Colusia, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme. That will let him know that you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you are ready to return. Okay. Hobgoblins, I see. We still got goblins and goobos. There's a settlement here. This isn't technically where I'm supposed to be, but I'm here. Let's attune to this. Still tied. 170. Oh, hopefully it's not up there. Oh, there it is. I see it. So this is interesting. So in Alt Thanalan, it's all different animals and stuff, or mobs, I guess. But here in Alt Vilbrand, it's still pucks and goobos and goblins. Yeah. I can't really go. I am not trying to look. Not trying to look at his butt. I was just trying to see whether I could get any further north, and I don't think I can. Yet. Maltash? Not that, like, Goobu isn't just a nonsense name, but... Here he is. Well, hello. Well, hello, Kimari. This is Kimari. Except Kimari's horn is broken off. What are you after? Fish? Crab? Think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere, if you've a taste for him. Oh, I do love a bit of time. Chuck some in the pan and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is it I can do for you? Can't say as there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. I'm looking for Alphino. Alphino, eh? Aye, I know that one. Yeah, I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Yulmore's richer than all of Norvrant put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now, get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see that Alphino joins you. Oh, right there. Wait, what's that over there? Can I go over there? No, I probably... no, I probably can't. That's like off the corner of the map. Unfortunately. It feels so slow. Well, hello. This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having? Let's go mead. A fine choice. And what'll you be paying with? Well now, those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity. And I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors, so we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. Ah, here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Do that for me and you can laze about here as long as you like. Okay. Walking bird time. The Heavensward music is so good, though. Here we go. Blighted crops. There we go. So we've got, looks like wheat, cabbage, grapes. Yeah. Okay. Vermin exterminated. Now we need to go talk to this old man. Knock, knock. No response. Maybe you need to knock louder. Knock, knock, knock. No response. Perhaps the occupant is hard of hearing. Knock, knock, motherfucker. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. Where's the caretaker gone? Well, that's actually really cute. The way he sits on the palanquin. Hello. Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? He wasn't there. Gone? Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. Hopefuls? In Gate Town, outside Yulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And here and there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. Well, I'm waiting for Alphino.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Tis good to see you, my friend.
You too, Alfie.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
That was barley, not wheat.
What, just
Makes
like
more
that?
sense.
Oh, Alphino, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
I kind of like this boho Alphino.
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Me? We thought we'd lost you.
Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding.
I love her.
But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
I wonder if he knew that that was Gaius.
I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
I'm pretty sure that I sent a fairy to give her a message.
It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One
Is this
being
not an
Sin Eaters, of
existential
course.
threat? Okay.
They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure? And so we take to the road once more.
Are we gonna leave right now while that lady is still gone? Just leave the bar empty. I do really like this look on him. God, everybody got so stylish here. Don't tell Tataru. Waist gear, but those are going away. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I've yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west, and then across a small bridge. Okay, let's go. Yeah, she's still not back. We're just abandoning the bar. Okay, bye. I had this one last time. Let's get a different one. That'll do. That's not an iguana? Iguana indeed. That's a chameleon. Wait, what? What? Oh, that's somebody fighting. Okay. I was like, what's going on up there? Colusia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No! Get away from me! Over there! Quickly, someone's in trouble. Please, no! Ahata. Oh, thank the fates. You... Look out! Allow me. My poor heart. Thank you, young sir. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings. But I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you all right, madam? Are you all right? Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew that there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now, I'm sure a strapping young lad like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. "'Tis as the lady says, many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters?" Basically, I learned all about them. Ah yes, Alize would be well qualified to speak on that subject. Compared with Amareng, Colusia is almost a haven, but as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived but a few moments later, the Sin Eaters would have claimed another victim. Still, we have won a small victory this time, at least. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Why did I wait so long? How far? No, a ways. I suppose it's worth it to see if it's down on this level or if it's up on the cliffs. Hopefully it's not up on the cliffs. Yeah, it's up there. Oh. Didn't even see that he was online. Also, yeah, Alphino was all follow the road, and I'm all, or not. Here we go. Give me just a second. Something that I forgot to do. Execute my company actions. It's not my free company, but I can execute actions.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
I can't think of his name. It's the guy who runs the Drowning Wench. I think. Just like at the very beginning, this was before I started streaming this at all, but like at the very beginning when you first wake up in the first, it was the guy that meets you literally when you start a new character.
He's not here to compete. Leave him be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please! Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all! Yulmore extends its warmest regards.
Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine.
We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu!
Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
Fish, is it? Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in a city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident!
For you.
Ah, at last!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Over here!
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity, yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Michael Christopher Koji Fox, how could you do this to me again? Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city thus far have come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I've seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters. I can't talk. It robs them of their self-sufficiency. I have tried to propose ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now. I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Alright. We already had And this one today. There we go. I love this one as a cat person because it grabs you by the scruff of your neck. What am I supposed to do? Oh. There he is. Still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Yulmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gatetown's not much to look at, aye, but at least it's safe, and the mule is the best thing I've ever tasted. A large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks, meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. So he's making bread soup? Whatever, it's right over here. Oh, well, looky here. This is it's so weird. This is where Limsa Lamensa is supposed to be. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day, I dream of the life that waits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? You've seen what Gatetown has to offer. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They've become dependent on the handouts of Miol, and believe Yulmore is the answer to their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable, to conceive of any other way of life. Alphino wears a look of profound disapproval. You disapprove of Yulmore? 'Tis difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is that uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters. However unjust the system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it is hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Yulmore's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are but forced... In the end, they are all... In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I am not convinced that Yulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Calusia's people. I am not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all of this. Yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Yulmore's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Rando. I've been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There is a beast tribe who makes its home on the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo, they are called, though you and I know them as Sahagin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos, and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. The teapot point. But as the Taru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely, even the most jaded Yulmoran lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. The look on Tataru's face when she wanted to strangle this man. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Excellent. I should be glad of your company. First things first, then. We must pay a visit to Moshamoa, my supplier in Right. Come, it is just to the northwest of here. I don't like that. Who's this man and why have they not shown me his face? Hey, it's my gold Magitech armor. This is for 500 commendations from instances, or from duties. And something that I did just within the last several days is there's a quest that you can do to unlock the ability to use the same abilities that you can use in the Praetorium when you're doing the Magitech armor thing, and it works on the regular armor and this one. I imagine it probably works on the Mog Station ones too, the Red Baron and the White Demon. I think it's the White Demon. Oh, I can't think of her name. Livia's and Nero's armor that you can buy from the Mog Station. But yeah, I imagine it probably works for those as well. But yeah, it doesn't do damage, but like I think it's neat that you can just do that out in the world. Also, this one also plays the Final Fantasy VI music, just like the regular Magitech armor does. The weapons systems don't work while you're flying, though, which is a little bit unfortunate, but let's attune to the Aetherite. Aetherite. I always say Aether, but it's Ether. This is Moshamoa, the farmer of whom I spoke. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you, Moshamoa. This is my associate, Rando. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. Eh? I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. Meister lad, short blue hair? No? He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Confound it, someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. If this charlatan was here not long ago, he could not have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of town, and I shall take the west. Okay. Oh, it's Grandpa Dragon. On there? Ah, there it is. East. I'm not going over that way yet, so let me go back to this spot over here. Search the surroundings for a male mistel with short blue hair. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a likely suspect and inspect him. You have located your quarry. This is the hair that I had until I fantasiaed back into Amikote. Because for a while I was a Highlander. And this is the hair that I used. I thought it looked a little weird on Amikote because you can just really tell that they don't have like human ears and they only have the cat ears. Which is, I don't know, a little strange to me personally, but Rando, any sign of him? He's right over there. You've a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes good his escape.
There you are. The thief who claimed the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear. Must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmoran's interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
Alphino's too good.
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shia, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That's not who you are.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my
Estinian?
soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Wright then? Is that? I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, they may need our help.
That's who he is. I already had that one too. Okay. I think I've had this one too, but I really like this music. I think I have 3 horses in my favorites, and it's the ones with the really good music that I like. Oh, so this is like compressed. Cause this is Aleport? Or Morabi Dry Docks? Over here would be Aleport. Would it? I don't know. I realize it's not exactly the same, but like the design is very similar. Yeah, he's breathing, I think. Though he won't last for long without help. Well, then let's help him. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man is shivering. Pray, keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. He's a professional fire starter now. Apparently, is true. I thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Crystal. I was invited into Yulmore to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Varthry's city. Within days they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me that wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamned ocean. From up there? How were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though, if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment? Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Varthry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Yulmore, his word is law. Ah, that fire's chased the chill from my bones. Thank you again. The more I hear about Yulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend my thoughts toward securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first, we should convey Tristol to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. Away into the city? Oh, is he going to tell us how to get into the city? He mentioned being an artist. Alphino can art. Alphino's pretty decent at arting. I think this is like Aleport? Or is it Morabi Dry Docks? It might be Morabi Dry Docks. But I'm thinking Morabi Dry Docks was over on the other side of Limsa. I don't know. Like I said, I understand this isn't exactly a copy of it, but like just the fact that there are analogs to so many things is really interesting to me. I wonder what Tristol will do now. Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulmore, insofar as I am able at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach. But since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Yulmoran elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want. And if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. I don't know about painting, but he can draw, because he drew the picture of Gosetsu and Yugiri. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided. But I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers for now until my dying day. Oh, Tristal. But anyway, did I finally put it away? Yeah, I must have. Yeah, like for a long time it was just in my inventory. The Yugiri and Gosetsu sketch that you get in the MSQ that you can also buy. But I guess if you want more than one. Alphino weighs the brush you received from Tristal, deep in thought. They say kindness is its own reward, but Tristal has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant. That gets us in the city. Then it is settled. All we need to do is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Yeah, I kind of hated them. The voice reminds me of, there are videos that Mojang puts up on YouTube for Minecraft where it's like a computer talking to you. Their voice reminded me, because it's the same person does both their voices, I'm pretty sure. But it reminded me of the voice of that computer, which is, I'm pretty sure, meant to be annoying. And I'm sure their voice is meant to be annoying, but... Oh. Yes, please give me Ether Current quests. Yes. I don't know what quest sync means. Euless appears to have been awaiting your arrival. Excuse me, but you're the gentleman Alphino was traveling with, aren't you? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name. It's Rando. Ah, Rando, how lovely to meet you. My name is Euless, and I'm the acting village mayor. I was hoping someone of your talents would pass through right before long. The thing is, I need to visit someone up in Stonegazer, but I'm afraid to walk the path alone. Do you think that you could provide an escort? Sure. My thanks. I just couldn't bring myself to ask one of the villagers. You see, there was an incident a while back where a veteran band of hunters was badly mauled. Simply mentioning that it's unsafe to wander outside the village these days would be enough to bring back memories of that grisly scene, which is why it's been so difficult to even bring up the subject. But such does not change the fact that the roads are indeed dangerous. Pray meet me on the path to the north, and be prepared to fend off the wildlife. Oh, I will fend. I am equipped with fending. Yeah, I hate me too. You have to bring her in. It's the noise. Yeah, I hate me too. The noise, I'm gonna pronounce it that way. The noise watches the path to the shipyard with anxious eyes. If she's not waiting for the funk, I'm gonna be a little disappointed in Michael Christopher Koji Fox. Oh, how old is she? Young. Okay. I don't know. I don't have a lot of voices that I can do, as you may already be able to tell. Oh, who are you? Forgive me. It's not often we see travelers in Right. What with how dangerous it is hereabouts. I even worry for my husband taking the road down to the shipyard, and he's as strong as a Talos. He has been gone a good while, though. If you're headed that way, could you please let him know that his wife is expecting him at home? Sure. That's in the opposite direction of where I was planning to go, but I'll go to that one first, because the shipyard's like right here. I know it doesn't do anything, but it's still fun. A well-built woodworker. Yeah, he looks pretty well built. Eh? Something I can do for you, stranger? Your wife is worried about you. Well, beat me with a hammer. Has it been that long? I was aiming to salvage the planks from this old hull, but she's given me more trouble than I bargained for. Bit of a waste to leave all this lumber lying around. Not much call for seaworthy ships since the light ate up half the world, you understand. So I reckoned it were better for a woodworker like me to put it to good use. These boards, though, they're so tightly joined, I can't pull the bleeding things loose. Here, do me a favor and sprinkle some of this powder on the joints along the keel. I'll keep working on this end, and with any luck, I can make it home afore the wife stomps down here to fetch me herself. Okay. Well, how do I get up there? Ta-ta. Oh, yay. What do you mean, not yet ready? If you didn't want me to do it this quickly, then move them further apart. Job's done. Ah, that should do the trick. Powdered fire crystal is the best thing for melting wood glue. Just pour a little water and the steam will take care of it like the rest. We'll take care of the rest. I can read. It's getting late for me. This ought to be a one-man job now, thanks to you. Oh, and if you could let the noise know. I know it's not the noise, but it's the noise. If you can let the noise know, I'll be done within the hour, then you'll have helped me out of 2 rough spots today. Well, after all this work, he's probably going to smell pretty bad, so he might be bringing in the funk. Okay, apparently that's not the way it wants me to go. Come on. Oh, the noise. Hello, the noise. He's all right then. Well, that's a relief. Wright's had its share of troubles, and a wife does worry. What? He had you helping strip planks? The cheek of that man. Still, we're lucky his father taught him the trade at all, even if he uses those skills to take ships apart instead of building them. A woodworker puts food on the table, so I'm grateful to his family for keeping up their traditions. And I'm grateful to you for bringing me peace of mind. Please, take this for your kindness. Woo! So, what is that? Still just 1 quest and 3 in the world. Are there any around here? I think I did this already. Yeah, the other ones are up. Oh, is that where we're going? Are we going up? Is there just a way to go up? Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Euless. What have you gotten yourself into? Oh, Euless. What did I tell you? I was barely 10 steps out of the village. Come, let us hurry along before more predators have a chance to gather. Here, how about if I ride this bird that would definitely tear them apart? Thank you for the escort, Rando. This is the gentleman I wish to speak with, so we needn't go any farther. Luke. Are you wandering around by yourself out here? You know what kind of creatures lurk beyond the borders of the village. Ah, well, if it isn't Cliff Doll's little girl. Something I can do for you, lass? Yes, sir. I came for an answer to my proposal from the other day. Have you given any thought to taking over as village mayor? I'm doing the best I can in the interim, but I have neither the age nor the wisdom to continue in the role, and the rest of the villagers agree with me. I'm fairly sure I told you nay once already. But seeing as you found a guard just so you could... Oh, sorry, it's still him. But seeing as you found a guard just so you could come and talk to me, then mayhap I will consider the idea, in exchange for a few small tasks. You will? Please, just tell me what I need to do. My friend Cliftoll, your dear father, was looking for a sickle to cut some rope. Would you mind skipping back to the village and borrowing one for me? Why would you... I mean, a sickle, was it? For cutting rope? That shouldn't be too difficult. I'd only meant to ask you along for the one trip, but if I'm to complete these tasks, would you be willing to indulge me a while longer? Apparently, the accent's gone. Not that it was that great to begin with. I'm not the super best at accents. But I'm trying. Good day to you, young Euless. You look a little flustered, dear. Was there something I could help you with? And a good day to you, madam. I was actually hoping to borrow a sickle. Is that all? Here, you can take this one. I've several spares, but there's no rush in returning it. There's no rush in returning it. Doing a spot of harvesting, are you? My thanks, but it's not for me exactly. I was asked to bring one for my father. Your father? Shadow save me. Forgive me. If you're to accompany me on these tasks, then you deserve to know the whole story. It was my father, Cliftoll, who was the former mayor of Wright. And the incident I spoke of earlier was something that happened a year ago. One day, a stray sin eater came prowling around and slaughtered nearly half of the village. It was a waking nightmare. Some of the villagers blamed my father. They said it was because he refused to accept the protection of Yulmore. The sheer scale of the tragedy and the accusations that followed wore away at his conscience until finally he could bear the guilt no longer. He hanged himself. Luke, the man we spoke to, was his closest friend, but considering how he worded his request, it seems he's reluctant to accept the fact of my father's death. Still, I would see this task to its end. Let us bring him the sickle, shall we? Interesting. I love the Ramu song, especially the beginning of it, which literally just like yelling. Luke, sir. We've brought the sickle you asked for. Oh. Oh. Good, good. Old Clifton will be glad to see this. Oh, sir. Thank you for staying with me, Randall. This might be harder than I expected. It's interrupted. Let me check and see. What does this unlock? I just want to make sure that what is this unlocking? Okay, it's a beast tribe. Okay, I will be back. I'm not gonna unlock a beast tribe right now. I will do this later. I apologize for that delay. I suppose, like, or do I need to do that to be able to get up here? I wonder if this is a thing that even works ever. I don't know, man. I just know there's stuff up there that I need to get to. Well, let me get back to Alfino. over in Gate Town. Oh, an Amaro Keep that I haven't unlocked yet that I'll probably never use. Okay, Alfie, we're coming. Now we wait. This should be as good a place as any. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow, it's time to let your colors show. I can paint, portraits at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh ho, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof have you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold. Such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, though you will note that it has seen no small amount of service. Aha! Oh ho! Sorry. Flecks of paint, both old and new, a tool much loved and much used. Not a prop to be conjured on the hop. Very well, come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. And who is this hanger-on? Well-wisher or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. He whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with him or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave his fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our last vacant space, we retire to Yulmore's sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, the meal. We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back. There's something fishy with this meal stuff. Like, I am very sus.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days.
This
Perhaps
weird
in
slow
rapture
RP
they
walk.
seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Oh, we're a ways over here. Yule, finally. Looks even grander from this angle, eh? Eh? Welcome, welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No, not even a single tear. Moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on your happy faces and head through to Joyous Hall. The Bureau of Immigration is in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice loud voice, and the clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folk to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gate Town, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow man, then by all means, take your time. But why waste another moment? Go, enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. I hate them. The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we had better show ourselves willing for the time being. I suppose. It's not the first door. I mean, I guess that's not really a room, it's a stairway. Well, hello, Dodana. Though we are not free citizens, by the grace of Lord Vorthry, we were allowed to hold relatively comfortable positions here in the Bureau. We'd never do anything to jeopardize that, understand? Welcome to Yulmore, fortunate friends. May I have your names? I am Alfino, an artist, and this is Rando, my assistant. Ah yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yulmore are divided into two classes. There are the free, who are blessed with the favour of Lord Vorthry, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You will be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen, in your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general labourer. I see. And might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually. Chinese and Dulai Chai, a Maistel couple whom most refer to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility, for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order. These are your registration documents. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Yulmoran citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. I'm becoming a citizen, at last. I'm so excited that my hands are shaking. Ah ha ha. Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. Oh, little potato man. What have we here? Alfino, artist. Rando, artist's assistant. To be employed in the service of Lord Chinese and Lady Dulai Chai. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before... Oh dear! You smell hideous. Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. Proceed directly to the delousery next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. Delousery, that's gross. After you've rinsed away the stench, you'll want to splash yourselves with this perfume, liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Cornen, the guard by the stairs, will give you directions. I hadn't realized we were so aromatic. We're to bathe in here, then? Maybe you should. Rinse yourself clean in the stream of water. Apply the sweet-smelling perfume. You apply the perfume as directed, and the delicate scent of roses fills the air. Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Is it not that is to say, it seems rather exposed for one's ablutions, does it not? What would a Stinian say? Good gods! You will mention nothing of this. Swear to me. I love the Alphino-Estinian dynamic. Well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons, then? Like, I'm sorry, but every time I see this hair, I'm like, oh, that's Real's hair. Only Real is allowed. We'll need directions to the Chai residence. Well, actually, so I've made it to Yulmore. I finished up with Alize in Amareng. Came and met up with Alphino. Got into Yulmore. It's nearing midnight. This is later than I'm usually awake. I am probably going to get ready for bed. So, that's probably it for me for tonight. Hopefully my new microphone comes tomorrow, and then hopefully everything will sound better. But yeah, what are you thinking of Shadowbringers so far? Have you played Shadowbringers? You know, leave a comment. Let me know. If it's something to look forward to, you know, try to be as non-spoilery as possible. I do, like I said, I know some things because I got a little bit spoiled for some things, but I don't know any of the specific story. It's more sort of character points, I guess. But yeah, I'm trying, you know, I don't know the story. I don't want to be spoiled, but yeah, so if, like, what do you like about Shadowbringers? Or even better, if you've played any of the past expansions, what do you like most about that? you know, Heaven's Word is amazing. The music is amazing. This is Shadowbringers. Stormblood is not bad. I didn't dislike Stormblood. Stormblood's biggest issue was the fact that it followed Heaven's Word. But yeah, so that's going to be it for me for tonight. I will most likely be streaming tomorrow night. Not positive. I don't really have a specific schedule worked out yet. I will be, you know, trying to work that out. Because I don't know if it's going to be like 3 nights a week. It's usually only going to be for maybe a couple hours at a time, though. Just because I have a real grown-up job now, and I have to be up in the mornings, which is not something I'm a huge fan of. But yeah, so that's going to be it for me for tonight. So basically, I will see you later, everybody.